Okay, now for my least favorite visa application that I have dealt with. By far goes to China. And admittedly, US citizen, going to China. I don't know the reverse. I don't know what the US one is like, but I have heard that it's invasive. I've heard that it's intensive. And so I'm never going to have that comparison to know what that's like. And I'm sure there are some similarities, but the Chinese visa was insanely long and to me seeming just like some of it's like, why? Just why bother? What's the point? This is so pointless to ask this thing of me that makes no difference. And some of it is like they're asking this thing for a very specific reason to try and catch this like little percentage of people that they don't want to have in the country or whatever the thing is. And it's like, it makes sense. Like, okay, so they're checking, are you bringing in any journalist materials? Are you, or have you been a journalist? Blah, blah, blah. That, look, whether it's right or wrong, that I get that. But some of it, it's just like, dude, what the hell does this matter? And it's like, but there were loads of those questions, right? Super long. And the system wasn't super clear. That's probably something I should dive into, but it's been a minute since I've done it, so just getting started was a couple things. But basically at the end of the day, you're fiddling around, finding all these websites, doing the, oh, also, you know, with the India one, I expected there to be some translation issues. Like I told you, it's definitely not been updated. The Chinese one, there were still things that were like translating wrong left and right. I was like, I didn't expect that. I expected them to be like top of the line, like on top of it, and like expect it to be intensive, but not spelling errors and stuff. And there was things wrong all over. So, you know, beware of that. But it was a lot at first to figure out, okay, here's which website and where and what to fill out. And then you have to wait for that processing to go through and then sending an email. And then it just wasn't super clear. So take your time, learn all that stuff, ask people. Don't ask me, it's been too long. I don't remember what the name of the website was, but I remember there was a couple different ones and it wasn't super clear. And like one website would say this and one would say that. So read up on it. And then, yeah, and then just expect to need lots of information. Like I was answering questions about my dad's work history and stuff, and it's like, some of this you probably won't know. I'm not gonna say this is right, this is wrong, put this, fib that. I'm not gonna say that, but maybe I'm gonna say that there's only one way to do it. So pay attention for all that. Yeah, you'll get there in the end. And then once you've submitted that, you have to go to a consulate or an embassy or whatever it is, and you have to have an appointment for that. My experience at the embassy was that it was simple, but I did a consulate. It was simple, but time consuming. It just took a while. Had to wait in line. The pickup, so then you have to drop your passport off, leave it with them, they put in a visa, and it comes back. Also, just a heads up, my visa had very clearly the picture that I had to submit stamped in there. My father used a company. His visa didn't have his picture in it. I would have expected that was an absolute requirement. Turns out it wasn't, so who knows? Then, yeah, the pickup, pretty easy. So you come back on a day that they've given you, time slot, and it's a much shorter line, so figure out where your lines are, right? So you're not waiting in that forever line when yours is just like 7 people, right? Wait there, pick up. I think you pay on the day you drop off. I can't remember. But you know, your payments, pick up, go, you're done. That was good. That part was easy. So yeah, pretty simple there. Now, where things get weird, things get tricky, and it's like, you know that the system's just meant to mess with it, is when you add in the stuff about Tibet. So I'm not going to do that in this video because that's its own piece, but I'm going to pop that up and you can have a look at that one separately. So I will link that to this video.